Hello everyone. So this video segment is specifically to show you how to create a blank GitHub repository, and then we will once we create it, we will import that from Eclipse and then turn that into a Pydev project and commit back. So the idea really is, how do you create a Pydev project in GitHub, right? So what I was saying is, you cannot, at least from what I know of, you cannot just create the Pydev project from GitHub and then import them. So you would have to create a blank repository on GitHub, then import it through the Eclipse, and then make that to be a Pydev project, and then commit back. That's how at least for me, how I did it. So I just want to show you the process. I did this on the week 3 class, but some folks had a computer problem, so they did not see, or they couldn't do this in the class. So I'm going to use this video to show you how to do it. Okay, so I am at GitHub right now, and I logging as me, right? And then, so to start this, you see the little plus sign here. You click this. It says new repository. Okay, so I do a new repository, and I do week 4, right? So I will just say, hold on a second, let me get this. Give me a second. Okay, so because I already have this. Now this is actually a good way to show you. So I have already created this, so I'm going to come over here to delete. Now, how do you delete a repository, right? Which is very interesting. So the way you do it is, because I don't want this repository week 4. So come over here, click the setting, right? So you do click the setting, okay? The setting here, okay? So we do a setting. So click on the setting, and then you scroll all the way down. See this danger zone? We want to delete this repository. Okay, again, we want to delete this, okay, delete this. All right, so we're going to delete the repository. So I'm going to click here, and then it's going to ask you for the name of the repository. I guess this is just make sure that's what you really wanted to do, because once you delete it, you're not going to get it back. So I'm going to delete this. So that's gone. So there is no week 4, right? So now I'm going to create a startup project. Now you can do either here or you can do here. Okay, so I will do a new repository. Okay, remember I show you where you click the plus sign here, right? So plus sign, new repository. Okay, so I'll do a week 4. Right, then I'll say Ave Tech Python class week 4. Right, now I always check this, so the repository will always have a readme file, even though I really don't have anything in it, but I figure that's just good practice. So in case down the road I want put something in it, it will be here. Okay, so I will create this. So now you see it's a blank repository. It's week 4. There's a readme file which has nothing in it right now, just like this. So now we have one, right? So we take the URL down. Okay, we'll take the URL, copy that URL, and come over here. This is my Eclipse Pydev environment, right? So what I do is I click on the file, input, right? I'm doing this. So look at, if you look down, the second one is Git. So we want a project from Git, and the next, clone the URL. Now, if you have not filled, if this box is not being filled in, it'll be like this. Then you just fill in. Okay, you copied it from this URL, right? And then copy here. Okay, right? Now, because this is a public repository, so you don't need to put a name here. Okay, so click next. Default to the master. Click next. There's nothing for you to choose from. You can, I always leave this here because I don't mind for them just go to the Git directory, put the project there. If you wanted to change something else, then you can change this something else. But I just leave this, okay? I'm not changing anything. I just take the default. Now, this piece is very interesting. So when you do, depending on where you, what environment you were last, the Eclipse is, the project is, these can be highlighted anywhere, okay? But when you do this, because this is a general project, it has nothing, no profile to, to it. So make sure you select input as a general project, okay? Don't pick these two because you start a project with, no, it's just a general project. It has no particular character or profile, language profile to it. So you just leave it as a general project, okay? So we click next, finish. Now you have a project, okay? You pull the repository into Eclipse project management space. Now what you need to do right now is, because you're gonna work on as a Python Pydev project, so what you do is here you click on the right button. This is the project. You click on the right button, right, and then you will see top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the 7 from bottom up, Pydev, right? So you want to set as a Pydev project. Okay, that's how you do it. By doing so, one way you can tell is if this actually has a Python interpreter associated with it. Okay. Now in the future, I think we talked about before, you can change the Python interpreter through this, right? Property, you can change it, the Python interpreter, okay? So this is now, it becomes 2.7, okay? So basically that's how you do it. You're gonna set up the Python interpreter. And there's a little small piece you need to do for your project, which is here. Click on the right button, Pydev. You need to set the source. Okay, so basically what you're telling them is, Eclipse is that your source starts at this location, okay, for this project. So just do that. That's all you need to do. So 3 steps. Click this, select the Pydev, and make sure it is set as Pydev project, okay? So when you do that, you will see the Python interpreter will be associated with this project. You can change, because if you have multiple Python version of Python interpreter being set, you can change it by click on the right button again, but this time you click the property menu, and then you come over here, Pydev interpreter. You can change from here, okay? So, and then the second one you need to do after that is Pydev. You want to come over here, set the source. Now I already, here it is. So this is the source. Now I already set it, okay? You can unset it, but basically you want to set the source, the root of the source code module directory, which is the week 4, okay? So if you, from here you can click, it should have something like set source code as something, okay? In this case, it's actually, because I already set, so it allows you to unset it, okay? All right, so that's pretty much it in terms of how you get this blank project from GitHub, and you create the Python Pydev profile for this particular repository, which is week 4. Now, once you did this, I need to commit it back. So I am actually commit that back. The way you commit it back to is highlight the project name, put the team, right? You have a team here, click on the team menu, and then you want to do this, add to index, okay? What this does is it's a staging where you add this will pick all the changed files and add it to it, okay? And once you do that, then you come over to team, do a commit. Okay. Now you will see here. You see the when you it tells you the add index. This team add index. Where is it? Adding. Well, because I guess I already added to it, but there is I click a called add index, right? So it add. These are the two files being added to. So any new files, if you unless you explicit, not explicit, unchecked, you're always being picked up, and the add index will move the files into the staging area. Okay. And let me show you again, just to let me just do this. Okay. So if the README file, if I want to change this, okay, let me do this because I want to show you, make sure. So this is the README file I got from this, right? So this is the README file. So I'm gonna put it here. Okay, so now I have made a change to the README file. Look at this. There's a little error here. For the folks cannot see, I'll magnify this. Right? So this is where this little error, see? You here see the little, right? The sign. So this is where it shows you it is changed because I did not have this, right? So it shows you will change. Now what I need to do is if I do a commit here, this file will not be picked up. It will not be picked up by the Eclipse, okay, Pydev. You have to move this into the staged change. So the way you do it is you click the add index, team, add index, okay, add to the index. This will add this README to here. Okay, so if I do this, I'll show you. See, it adds to it. Okay, so this is where it tells you all these files were being committed. Okay, now you can actually, if you want to, you can add, if a file list here, you can click here and add to as well. Okay, but in this, there's none, so we don't have to worry about it. We cannot do it now. But if you have, it will. You can do that either way. Okay, from here and from there. Okay, so now I know these three files are staged to go into the repository. Someone asked the difference between commit and the push. The commit and the push will send the code directly to GitHub. Direct to GitHub, okay? If you just do commit, it will only go to your local repository. So let's see. So we'll do a commit, okay? I'm sorry, I have to write that here, okay? Okay, so I will do a commit. I put a message there and I do a commit. Okay, so now when you commit, remember I did a clone. I don't have to enter username and password. However, when I do the commit, I do have to. Okay, the reason I don't need to when I did it, I did not need it to when I clone it, because it's a public repository. Anybody can do it. Okay, can get it. But when you commit to it, I have to put the username on the creator's credential. Okay, so this will push. It tells me the way unless you are working in a team environment, the best way to safest way picked for you is to pick the master. Okay, or just pick the master. These are for if you want in the future, you want to branch them out or fork them out. We're not doing it. Just click the master. Okay. Done. That's it. So now if I come back to this on the GitHub portal, if you do a reload, You see it. You see? Right? These are the 3 new files, and then you can see it. Right? Now you have now I have a Pydev Eclipse project with all the profiles being built. Next time if I want to, all I need to do is input, and all these will be set up. Okay? The only thing you most likely to change, if you're doing this, you are doing input from another machine, the interpreter will have to be set to your local machine environment. But other than that, the baseline of Pydev Eclipse project environment is being set. Okay, so if it, just in case you're wondering where it goes, is actually these are the project profiles. Okay, so here concludes today's video clip. Thank you.